Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Hollywood, where we spill the tea on Tinseltown's juiciest scandals without spilling our coffee. I'm your host, Alex, and today we're ripping open the script on one of the most shocking plot twists Hollywood didn't see coming. Literally. Picture a courtroom drama where the lawyers are sleuthing out corporate cover-ups, only for the real drama to unfold off-camera with allegations that can make even Maddie Matlock herself drop her gavel. That's right, we're talking about David Del Rio's abrupt exit from CBS's Matlock reboot after accusations of sexually assaulting his co-star Leah Lewis. And trust me, by the end of this deep dive, you'll be hooked tighter than a jury deliberating a hung verdict. Stick around because I'll unpack the timeline, the tears, the production panic, and yes, even the eerie irony that makes this feel like the show wrote its own meta episode. If you've ever wondered how a feel-good legal procedural turns into an HR nightmare, hit that like button now and let's sue for attention. First off, for those of you who binge-watched the freshman season and are already hyped for round 2, let's set the scene on Matlock 2.0. This isn't your grandpa's Andy Griffith vehicle from the 80s. Oh no. CBS flipped the script with a gender swap that slaps harder than a surprise objection. Enter Kathy Bates as Madeline Maddie Matlock, a silver-haired legal eagle who's equal parts Columbo and Colgate, sharp, unassuming, and ready to scrub away the grime of injustice. She's not just any litigator, Maddie's on a personal vendetta, infiltrating the swanky Jacobson Moore law firm to expose a big pharma conspiracy tied to her daughter's tragic opioid overdose. It's like Aaron Brockovich meets the firm but with more quips and zero Julia Roberts slow-mo hair flips. The show dropped its first 19 episodes last fall, pulling in solid ratings and Golden Globe buzz for Bates, who chews scenery like it's her last appeals court lunch. Now, enter our players in this off-screen tragedy. David Del Rio as Billy Martinez, the fresh-faced first-year associate with the boy-next-door charm that screams future partner material. Del Rio, 38, brought that easy charisma to the role. Think a Latino version of a young Matthew McConaughey, minus the bongos but plus a law degree. He was in every single episode of Season 1, bantering with the team, cracking cases, and forming this dynamic duo with co-star Leah Lewis, who plays Sarah Franklin. Sarah's the whip-smart, no-nonsense counterpart to Billy's enthusiasm. Together they're the millennials of the firm, hustling under boss Olympia Lawrence, played by the fierce Sky P. Marshall. Jason Ritter rounds out the court crew as the ethical heartthrob, with Sam Anderson and Aaron Harris filling out the ensemble like reliable character actors in a well-oiled machine. On paper, it was gold, diverse, witty, and tackling timely issues like workplace harassment and corporate greed. But Hollywood being Hollywood, the plot thickened faster than a bad al dente pasta. Fast forward to late September 2025, and production on Season 2 is humming along on the Paramount lot. The cast is back, scripts are flying, and everyone's buzzing about Bates' Emmy-worthy monologues. Then, boom, September 26th hits like an uncalled-for sidebar. According to reports from TMZ, Deadline, and TV Line, an incident goes down involving Del Rio and Lewis right there on set property. Details are scarce, as they should be in a situation this sensitive. No one's dropping depositions on TikTok just yet, but the allegation? Sexual assault. Yeah, you heard that right. In a show built on consent forms and NDAs, the real violation allegedly happens behind the scenes. Lewis, 28 and rising fast after gigs in half of it, and Nancy Drew, reportedly flags it immediately, but it takes until October 2nd for the higher-ups to get the memo. That's when the Paramount lot turns into a scene from one of their own episodes. Del Rio gets escorted off the premises by executive producer Eric Christian Olsen himself. If Olsen's best known for NCIS LA, this was his most dramatic "you're fired" since Donald Trump's heyday. Cue the internal investigation. CBS Studios doesn't mess around when it comes to this stuff, especially post-MeToo glow-up. Sources tell People and Deadline that the probe wrapped quicker than a plea bargain, and by October 9th, Del Rio's out. Fired. Character killed off, written off. Billy Martinez, the guy who was poised to be Matlock's secret weapon in the courtroom, is now destined for the recycle bin of recast regrets. It's not clear yet how many of the already shot Season 2 episodes he'll haunt before his abrupt exit, maybe a dramatic car crash, a sudden transfer to another firm, or, in true Matlock fashion, a twist where he turns out to be the villain all along. Okay, that last one's my fanfic, but wouldn't it be poetic? The production's on a pre-planned hiatus through November anyway, so they've got time to rejigger those scripts without rushing like a last-minute filing. Season 2 still premieres October 12th at that sneaky 8:30 p.m. slot before sliding into Thursdays at 9 on the 16th. Talk about bad timing. Your binge session interrupted by real-life headlines. But let's zoom in on Leah Lewis, because her response? Chef's kiss of grace under fire. Just hours after People confirmed the split on the 9th, she hits Instagram stories with this raw, resilient vibe. There's a photo of her wrapped in a hug with her mom, pure unfiltered family armor, and the caption reads, "Mom is here, we're moving forward in love and strength. I'm in good hands." Then she doubles down. "Thank you to everybody for any kind of support and care. Truly, we're moving forward in strength." Keyword strength. Please let that be the takeaway. No victim Olympics, no shady subtweets, just straight up empowerment that hits you in the feels. Lewis has always come across as the grounded one in interviews, talking mental health and Asian American representation like it's her TED Talk. At 28, she's got that quiet fire. Remember her in the OA holding her own against cosmic weirdness? This feels like her real superpower emerging. And honestly, in a town where silence is golden until it's weaponized, her words are a mic drop that echoes. Now, here's where I can't help but chuckle at the cosmic irony, because if life were a sitcom, this would be the episode where the laugh track glitches into awkward crickets. Matlock Season 1, Episode 3? It's literally about a young female lawyer accusing her boss of sexual assault. Maddie swoops in, unravels the gaslighting, and delivers justice with the side of snark. Bates' character even quips something about how the system's rigged against the accusers, turning the firm upside down. Fans are already memeing this harder than a Marvel post-credit scene. Matlock predicted its own scandal, or when your show's plot becomes your HR policy. It's like the writer's room had a crystal ball, or maybe Hollywood's just stuck in a loop of its own bad tropes. Del Rio and Lewis's characters weren't even romantically linked on screen. They were just work buddies cracking wise over depositions. So this off-screen bombshell, it's not fanfic fuel. It's a gut punch that makes you question if the law's cursed or just cursed with cliches. Del Rio's side, crickets so far. His reps haven't fired back as of today, October 10th, and in Hollywood, silence can mean a lot of things. Lawyering up, damage control, or maybe just processing the fallout. The guy's got a solid resume. Vita, The Baker and the Beauty, even a stint on Jane the Virgin where he played a love interest without any drama. At 38, he was on the cusp of that steady TV gig that pays the bills and builds the reel. Losing Matlock? That's not just a pink slip, but it's a plot hole in his career arc. Will he resurface in some indie flick redemption arc in tow? Or is this the kind of stain that sticks like courtroom gum on your shoe? Only time, and maybe a tell-all, will tell. But let's not speculate, that's for the tabloids. What we do know is the industry's response has been swift, which is a win in itself. Post-Weinstein, networks like CBS are all about that zero-tolerance flex, and parting with pre-premiere shows they're prioritizing cast safety over cliffhanger cameos. Zooming out, this isn't just a Matlock mishap. It's a snapshot of Hollywood's fragile ecosystem. Remember when Rose McGowan called out The Machine, or when Ellen's toxic workplace vibes tanked her talk show? Scandals like this remind us that the glamour is just grease paint over the gears grinding underneath. Matlock's whole shtick is peeling back the layers of power plays and moral gray areas, and now it's living it. Fans on X are split. Some are rage-quitting the show, tweeting boycott until justice, while others are like, Bates carries it anyway, Del Rio who? The discourse is spicy, with threads dissecting everything from consent workshops on set to why male co-stars keep fumbling the bag. And humor? Oh, it's there in spades. One viral post cracked me up. Matlock firing Del Rio faster than I delete my browser history. #sustained. Another, Billy Martinez's exit strategy, plead the fifth and pivot to real estate TikToks. Laughter's the best medicine, right? Especially when the prescription is avoid spoilers for your own sanity. As we wrap up the who, what, and why, let's talk ripple effects. Production's back on track post-hiatus, but expect some awkward reshoots. Maybe a new associate swoops in as Billy's replacement, all brooding intensity and zero baggage. Casting rumors are already swirling. Could it be a fresh face like Solimar Juana, or a vet like Wilson Bethel? Bates, ever the pro, hasn't commented publicly, but her silence screams focus on the work. Marshall and Ritter, same vibe, professional AF. The show's future? Bright, I wager. With 19 episodes of goodwill and Bates' gravitas, Matlock's not folding like a bad poker hand. But this scandal, it's a teachable moment wrapped in tragedy, underscoring why intimacy coordinators and clear boundaries aren't just buzzwords, they're bulletproof vests. Whew, we've covered the courtroom crash, the co-star courage, the ironic echoes, and the Hollywood hilarity that keeps us coming back for more. If this tale of trials and triumphs has you rethinking your next legal binge, drop a comment below. Would you keep watching Matlock, or is this too real? Smash that like if you're Team Lewis all the way, and subscribe to Inside Hollywood for weekly deep dives into the stars of stumbles and comebacks. No filters, all facts with a dash of shade. Hit the bell so you never miss a scandal, and I'll catch you next time when we unpack whatever fresh hell Tinseltown cooks up. Stay savvy, stay subscribing. Peace out.